Have you ever felt like the more you reached out, the further they pulled away? Like your love was a language they just couldn't speak? If you've been dealing with a dismissive avoidant, you know that silence isn't just quiet. It's a wall. It's painful. It's confusing, and it makes you question your own worth. But then comes the moment where you decide you can't do it anymore. You decide to cut off contact. But what happens next? Does it work? Do they care? Or are you just losing them forever? Today, we're going to talk about the reality of no contact with a dismissive avoidant, not just from a psychological perspective, but through the lens of faith and self-worth. Because sometimes the silence you choose is the only way God can finally speak to your heart. Stay with me, because what happens during this silence might surprise you. First, let's be honest. Cutting off contact with an avoidant feels like a leap of faith into a dark room. Most people expect a chase. We've been told that if someone loves you, they'll come running when you leave. But with a dismissive avoidant, the immediate reaction is often nothing. They might actually feel a sense of relief at first. Why? Because to them, emotional closeness feels like pressure. When you stop calling, stop texting, and stop asking for more, that pressure disappears. If you're watching this and you're in that day 5 or week 2 of silence and your phone is bone dry, I want you to breathe. Their silence isn't a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their defense mechanism. They are deactivating. They are telling themselves they don't need anyone. But remember what we talk about here on Faith Refined. A person's inability to appreciate you does not decrease your worth in the eyes of God. Now here is where it gets interesting. Dismissive avoidants process emotions on a delay. While you are crying and struggling in the first few weeks, they are distracted. But as time goes on, usually around the 4 to 6 week mark, the relief starts to wear off. When the silence becomes a permanent part of their life, they can no longer blame your pressure for their unhappiness. They are left alone with their own thoughts. This is when the nostalgia kicks in. They start to remember the good times without the fear of the emotional demands. They start to realize that the one person who truly cared is no longer there to catch them. But here's the catch. They might still not reach out. Their pride and their fear of rejection are often stronger than their longing. They might watch your stories from a distance or check in on you through mutual friends. They are ghosting their own feelings just as much as they are ghosting you. I want to speak to the godly woman or the person of faith watching this. Often we stay in these cycles because we think we are being patient or long-suffering. We think, if I just love them a little more, they'll heal. But listen closely. You cannot heal a heart that isn't open to God. Sometimes God uses no contact to protect you. In 1 Corinthians, we are told that God is not the author of confusion. If a relationship brings you nothing but constant anxiety and a sense of being not enough, that confusion isn't from Him. Cutting off contact isn't an act of revenge. It's an act of stewardship. You are taking back the heart God gave you and saying, I will no longer give my pearls to those who don't value them. Sometimes the dismissive avoidant is a lesson God uses to teach you how to love yourself as much as He loves you. So, what do you do while the silence is loud? 1. Stop waiting for the ping. Every time you check your phone, you're giving your power away. Put it down. 2. Lean into your purpose. This is that season. Use this time to build your career, your health, and your relationship with God. 3. Understand the goal. The goal of no contact isn't to get them back. The goal is to get yourself back. If they come back, they must come back as a changed person who is ready to do the work. If they don't, then God has just cleared the path for someone who will cherish you. You are a faith-refined soul. You were not made to beg for crumbs of affection. You were made for a love that is safe, consistent, and honors the spirit within you. If you are going through this right now, I want you to type, I am choosing my peace in the comments. Let's support each other in this journey of healing. Don't forget to like this video if it gave you some clarity today, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to Faith Refined for more wisdom on relationships and healing. Remember, silence isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of your growth. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.